Hello, everybody. Good morning. Happy New Year. What a crazy year it has been last year and getting into this year. I'm so excited. So I'm going to give it just a couple of seconds, not even. I see one person. If you're watching live, I'd like you to type live in the comments. If you're watching the replay, type replay in the comments. So I'm just going to dive right in, you guys. So my name is Susan. I am a spa owner. I am a spa coach. I have online programs. I have kind of like my hands in so many different areas of the spa industry. And I tell you, it is a crazy one. And so it's just running a business in general, just trying to, especially if you're in the online market space, if you are a spa owner trying to get into the online market space and figure out, what you should be doing for your business, what you should be doing for yourself in the process. It's just like a crazy, crazy world out there. So if you don't know already, I have a blog called the Savvy SpaBoss. It is a part of the Spa Temps website. So I'm going to be linking to that after this video in the description. But it's called the Savvy SpaBoss. So I made a crazy New Year's resolution, and I'm feeling a little scattered right now. And if you've gotten my emails, if you've worked with me before, if you've kind of had the interaction with me, I'm just going to give it to you straight. I'm real. I'm not perfect. I'm just throwing everything I have out there on the table in hopes that it can help somebody just like you. So I made this crazy New Year's resolution publicly that I was going to come live every single week for the next year. So I don't often do that. I mean, I've done weekly lives. I've done I've done the work, but I've never proclaimed publicly that was something that I was going to do. So, today what we're going to be talking about, there's going to be time for Q&A at the end, but what we're going to be talking about, and we have touched on this in the later part of 2018, but I think it's so important that we're going to go through it again. It's goal setting and taking action and making things happen in 2019, how we can just kind of get our shit together. And one of the things that I thought it was just appropriate, just given, what my morning has been like, actually the last couple of days, because I was oh yeah, I'm going to do my weekly lives. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be great. And then I was oh my God, I just realized that tomorrow is the first Wednesday and I need to get my you-know-what in gear and get ready. So it's just been a little hectic. I have 2 little kids that are not in daycare or school right now because of the break. So it's just been it's been a little bit madness. But you know what? I'm here and I'm showing up. So I'm going to give my own self a pat on the back for that, because you know what? That is half the battle, showing up. So a couple things before we dive right into the content today so we have a giveaway on today's program. Hi, Carlene. How are you? Good morning. Okay, so we have a giveaway on today's live video. So this is a lip balm from Truvy Beauty. She's local to my area. She's amazing. Anna Demore, if she's watching this, you can kind of give a little shout out and drop your link in the comments. But I decided to give our first giveaway. It might be small, but it packs a punch. This stuff is awesome. So hydrating in the winter months. Well, whether you're in cold climates or dry climates, it's an awesome lip balm, so you can't go wrong. So how can you win this? You need to comment for one entering to win one entry to win is commenting, and if you share this video out to your tribe, then you will also get another point, a bonus point into winning this little awesome guide. So again, if you're watching live, watch live. If you're watching the replay, watch replay. And I promise future weeks this is going to be so much more organized than it's feeling right now. But I promise you there's some really awesome content here. All right, so we're going to dive right in to, and again, I'm going to be linking to the blog. I'm going to be linking to everything that you need here after. And at the end of this training, I am going to give, if you want it, I'm going to give you access to the 2019 action planning, goal setting, and goal getting workshop It's about a 2-hour workshop that I hosted at the mid-December in 2018. So if you want to have access to that, I want you to type access in the comments, and I am going to give you the link to register for that. So that's all you have to do is type access. And also, to win this, I forgot the one thing. So I'm going to be announcing the winner of the lip balm tomorrow in the SpaBoss Facebook group. That's hashtag SpaBoss Money Mindset Marketing. So you want to join that group to find out. If you win, then I'm going to contact you directly. But if you want to actually officially find out, join us tomorrow in the Facebook group to see who wins this lip balm. So all you have to do is participate and show up and be here and ask questions, and you could have a chance to win that. All right. So up on the blog, I uploaded it last night, is the 5 simple steps to success. Success when it comes to goal setting and goal getting in 2019. So we have gone through these a little bit before, but I'm going to write down the 5 steps here and I'm going to go through them. And it's going to be good. I meant to have all these written out before, but you know what? Hey, I proclaimed before that I am not going to be perfect. It's probably going to be messy. It's probably going to be imperfect, but I'm just taking action. So bear with me. All right. So the first one is get specific on where you are going. Okay, so, and again, read the blog, get in there, and this is going to break it down a lot more. But hi, Trudy. Hi, Brandy. Okay, so number 1, you want to get really, really specific on where you're going. So what it looks like, what it feels like, who's with you, what's different, what does it even smell like. Get as specific as you possibly can on what is my success, or where am I going? What is my goal? What am I dreaming out? Good morning, Missy. What am I doing? What do I want for myself? What does that end goal actually look like? And get as specific as possible on where you are going. And number 2, and I'm going to break these down a little bit more. Number 2, and if you were in the SpaBoss group in December and you were on the workshop and you kind of listened to some of the lives I did back then, you know that I really stressed this one. Because I know, and I learned this, most of what I've learned has come from me learning the hard way by making mistakes. So I don't want you to ever be afraid to make mistakes. So I was always focusing so much because I'm you got to get clear. You got to create SMART goals. You got to get super, super specific. And so I was always focusing so much on making this beautiful destination, my dream place, all my goals, where it was just a life of happily ever after when it came to business and life goal setting. But then I realized, okay, well, this isn't always working out as I planned. It's not always enough to have SMART goals. Okay, and if you want to find out more, I kind of break that down a little bit more inside of the blog. But I just realized that it wasn't enough just to get that specific. You had to do it. The work needs to be done, but it wasn't enough on its own. So this number 2 was really understand where you are now. This is so crucial, you guys. You have to understand where you are right now. Because, and I've used this analogy before, I've talked about it, but if you knew exactly what destination you needed to go to, you knew where you're going, you knew what you needed to do, when you needed to get there, you knew all the details. It was clear as day. But let's just pretend and make believe for a second that you just woke up in the middle of nowhere and you had no clue where you were. So it's you could be as clear as day as where you wanted to go or where you needed to go. But if you don't know where you are right now, you have no idea how to get there. So you don't know whether you should walk, fly, drive, jump. You don't know how long it's going to take you. You don't know what obstacles you're going to be facing. So if you don't know where you are, it's going to be so much harder to get where you're going. So I guess the moral of that story, of these first 2 very, 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 very key points, is knowing exactly where you're going and getting really specific and setting your SMART goals. I'm not bashing SMART goals. They're great, but it is as equally as important to know exactly where you stand right now in order for you to actually have like a fighting chance at making these goals become a reality. Okay, so I see that there's a few more people that came on. If you want to win this lip balm, I just need you to participate in the comments below, ask a question, throw me some hearts. Well, actually not just the hearts, because then I won't be able to track that. But if you leave a comment, let us know that you're here live or that you're watching the replay. I will be tallying this up for the next 24 hours, announcing the winner tomorrow in the SpaBoss Money Mindset Marketing Facebook group. So if you're here, let me know that you're here so that way you have a chance to win this awesome lip balm. Anyway, okay, so number 3, I think I like equally like all of these, but is create a plan. Create a plan. Oh, thanks, Carlene. Like, she just dropped the comment right there for you. That you are awesome. Way to go. This is a girl that shows up. So she is somebody to follow and just like enjoy what she's bringing to the table. Okay, so yes, so next is, you know where you're going, you know where you are. The next part is creating the plan. And this is, how do you actually create the best, hi Lori, how do you create the best possible plan to actually make sure, like to ensure the success of your goals and achieving your dreams? You plan it backwards. You reverse engineer. Now, again, so I talked about the workshop that we did, that if you type access in the comments, if you weren't already there, if you don't already have it, and you want to see it, and in this workshop, I take you through reverse engineering your goals. Like I do like an actual like case study, I guess, if you will, but we kind of get down into the nitty gritty. Now, it won't be live like it was before, but as long as you're doing the work, guys, if you just do the work, you'd be so surprised at like the magic that you can make happen in your life and business. But anyway, so if you want to learn and go through and have me help you reverse engineer your goals, type access in the comments below, and I will make sure you get the link to get your hands on that training. But the thing is, if we're not really specific and we kind of don't know where we are, and our plan is kind of vague, we just know that, we wake up every morning and we just think, okay, well, I guess I got to start doing something. I got to start moving. I got to start you don't have a plan set out. You're just going to exhaust yourself. You're going to feel overwhelmed. Your anxiety is going to be through the roof, and you're going to get so disappointed that things aren't happening the way you want them to. So, and I know, guys, I get you're busy. You're running a business. You probably have a family. You've got friends. You've got, this whole life that is like battling for your attention. And when you think, okay, well, a lot of these things, I know I should do it, but it's going to take a lot of time, so maybe I can just kind of like not do it and like hope it works out, cut corners. You need to take the time to actually plan your journey step by step by step by step, but backwards for the reverse engineering. Because that extra time that you can spend putting towards actually mapping out your journey is going to help you get there, because it's going to show you what each next step is that you should be taking one by one by one by one by one. Okay, so it is so important for you to create that plan. See this? This is new to me. Well, it's not new. A good friend of mine, I was talking about how I wanted one of these beautiful charts, and it just appeared. See, you manifest and things will come. But I love this chart. So now I'm going to be writing down all my goals. I'm going to draw. I'm going to kind of get messy. I'm going to get into it. I'm going to plan. I'm going to visualize. And whatever works for you, obviously you have to do what works for you. But I love this kind of idea of just kind of getting in there and writing, my goal down, where I am. And if you're on the workshop, you saw I did that there too. And just getting a pen and paper out and just kind of writing it down. It doesn't have to be, it can be a notebook, can be whatever, it can be online, doesn't matter. But the point is spending that time to kind of get into the plan. That's where the magic is going to happen. Because once you have your plan, all right, once you have your plan, it's going to lead to number 4. Take You can probably guess it. Take action. Okay, so I am an action taker, and I like to see other people taking action. And like some people, they don't necessarily fault me for it necessarily, but you know, they're just like, oh my gosh, she's a chronic action taker. I've been like, you know, when I was going through my, coach trainings, and like not all coaching styles are action based. And like, I'm very action based. I can't like help it. Like I can't just like sometimes wait. I mean, I know there's a balance for it, but I'm always like, okay, well, what's the next step? Let's just do it. So if you've read it in the blog, you will have heard me say, you are just one decision away from being one step closer to your dreams and goals. So what do I mean by that? I mean, you are one decision away, and that decision is just deciding to take action on that plan that you created. But it's not hard now to take action, because it's hard to take action when you have no idea what your first step should be. Of course you're not going to be able to take action. But if you've made the plan, if you created it and outlined it and it's all there, you just got to be like, okay, now I'm going to start with step 1. Then when that's done, you're going to start with step 2. It's not rocket science when you do it this way. This is why I'm saying it's the 5 simple steps to success. It's not going to do itself for you. You got to do the work, but it is possible and it works. Okay, so number 4 was take action, which again is just deciding to take action. And, you know, let me know in the comments below if that's something that you think you struggle with. Just deciding to take action. Like, are you that person who does just like, no matter what, you just take action? Or do you kind of let yourself get overwhelmed with all the stuff that needs to happen first? Whatever that is for you, because if you're one of those people, it could be anything. It could be, I don't have the right technology. I don't have the right, this. I don't have this. I got to do this before this happens. I don't have, like, whether it's time, money, technology. Let me know in the comments below and just say, that's me. Because I'm just curious, because actually I'm one of those people. I am absolutely one of those people where I think like I got to have all of these things right. And that kind of is another part of what my 2018 is. I just got to like simplify it down and take action. I could have easily today just gone like, okay, well, you know what? I'll just start it next week. What's 1 week? I'm not as prepared as I'd like to be. But you know what? Whatever. I decided that I wasn't going to be that person anymore, and that I was just going to show up here, right? Carlene says, action when I have a plan, a hot mess without a plan. Yeah, because it's a sticky, yucky, awful situation to be doing this without a plan. Okay, so number 5 is, now this is also a really important one. Be resilient. Whew. That's a hard one. Because it's really easy. Here we are, we're January 2nd. We've made New Year's resolutions. We're 2 days in. We probably, we're probably still pretty good on what we set out for ourselves, but what often tends to happen, as we all know, is things get hard, it doesn't work out how we planned, things just kind of end up sometimes just even like blowing up in our faces, or we just kind of get lazy, or we forget, and like everything just kind of like wanes away. Which is why we're also gung-ho at the end of whatever the year is. We'll get gung-ho at the end of that year, going, okay, well now like it's going to be a brand new beginning, because we want to try to, make up for what didn't work. And what I see happening so often is that we just say, oh my gosh, I fell off this goal-getting bandwagon, and now, so I might as well just kind of give up. Even if you don't even use those words in your head, I'm just going to give up, you might find yourself saying like, well, you know what, I just need to take some time to step back and like come up with like, what I want to do next. And you get really hard on yourself, you get down. Like, this is not a good place to be. So I want to tell you that not only that you need to be resilient, but that you can be resilient when you understand that as a dream chaser, and if you're following me, and if you resonate with what I talk about, then odds are you are somebody who dreams big, or wants to be able to dream big. And you kind of want to be able to do the courageous things and kind of like jump out of the plane not being 100% sure at what's on the bottom. And that's what dream chasing is all about. So again, in the blog article, I talk about the difference between dreams and goals. Dreams is that it is something that we use our imagination, we use our soul, we use our like purpose, the part of us that is not like practical or realistic. We use the part that is just like believes that anything is possible. That's what we dream with. And then all the goals are what are like the vehicle in which making those dreams a reality. Like that's how it makes it possible. So, but if you are a dreamer, and you should be, by the way, if you are a dreamer and you dream big things and you are courageous enough to go after those dreams, things are bound to not work out, believe me. But you can't stop going. You can't stop pushing forward. You can't stop moving towards that dream life, because you guys, there's no retakes. We only have one life. And if you want to live that dream life, and if you want to have that dream business, which by the way, if you're an entrepreneur, or if you're thinking about an entrepreneur, or even if you're just, even if you're just a career-based like esthetician or service provider of any kind, like whatever it is, life and career, life and business. And I'm not talking about work-life balance. I'm talking about it being all a part of what we call life. And it is so important to be able to dream big for ourselves and not just limit ourselves to what we think is realistic or attainable. So I just need you to know that when things don't go right, don't say, oh shoot, I shouldn't be that dream chaser. Oh shoot, I really should just kind of dial it back. I was like, that was too much of a stretch. No, don't say that. Don't think that. Just know that it is hard because you're taking the path less traveled. Look around you. Look at how many people are getting swallowed up by, this life that they just thought was realistic or mediocre. And I'm not saying that, I'm not bashing that, because if that's what works for people, then great. You just need to be happy in your life. But if you are like, if you have the balls and the guts to like actually jump out there and chase after your dreams, just don't be afraid of it being a bumpy road, because that bumpy road is going to lead you to somewhere amazing. Okay? So let me know, give me just like a really happy emoji in the comments if that makes sense to you. So that basically is it in a nutshell. And again, I break it down more on the blog. And if you want access to the workshop where I'm going to help you, again, it's not live, but if you want access to that, the replay of that workshop because you weren't there or you missed it or whatever the case is, you don't have the link, type access in the comments and I will send that over to you, because it's going to help make your dreams and goals in 2019 a reality. So I'm going to open it up now to any Q&As. I do have some that have come through. So let me know, you guys. Do you have any questions? It doesn't have to be related to this. It can be related to anything. But I just always want to be able to bring you value first. And then if you have any questions, I am an open book. So let me know what questions you have in the comments below. And I just realized that all my questions that I had saved were actually access. Perfect. Lori, I will send you the link right after this. But I realized all my questions were on this phone that I'm actually doing the live on, because I was just typing it in my notes. Again, it was a little hairy scary this morning. But here's a good segue into what the next few weeks are going to look like here on the Savvy SpaBoss Live. And all the questions were based around social media. And so there was just so many questions like, how often should I post? What should I be posting? Does anybody work with social media managers? Which paid platform should I use? Or paid advertising. There were so many questions around social media, and this has not been like a surprise. This has been kind of coming over time. So what I want to do is let you know that the next it's like a 3-part series over the next 3 weeks of January, we are talking about social media over on the Savvy Spa Boss blog and here on the Savvy Spa Boss Live. So guys, I'm going to be showing up here live every Wednesday at 10 a.m. to not only bring you value and talk about what we kind of were, putting over on the blog. Might not always be about the blog, but a lot of times it will be. And to, answer your questions and just hang out and kind of like, do this thing together. So, but we are going to be talking about a little sneak peek. So the question is social media our new storefront? So I will be getting into that a little bit more, so stay tuned for the blog next week. Part 1 is all about creating killer content. Part 2 is staying consistent. And part 3 is how to turn engagement into sales. So that is what we're talking about over the next 3 weeks. So literally it covers all of the questions that had come through about social media. But here's what I'll say about social media. It is not easy. It's supposed to seem easy. It's supposed to seem effortless. It's supposed to just kind of like flow naturally. But the reality is, it's not. It's challenging and it's time consuming and it feels like it's impossible to actually see the fruits of your labor. And the reason for that is because it is a long process. But in these next 3 weeks, I am going to take you through step by step, those 3 key steps to actually, nailing your social media. I'm going to take you through those 3 steps to set you up for social media success. Okay, so because I don't actually have the questions, I was basically just going to answer it with come back next week because I'm going to be breaking it down full tilt or the next few weeks. So if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. And if you've just come on, if you came on within the past few minutes, I want somebody here over the next 24 hours to win this Truly Beauty lip balm. Okay, it's small, but it's awesome and it's going to be free. All you have to do is comment for 1 chance to win and share it for an extra bonus chance to win. And if you share it, let me know also in the comments and say shared. If you think that anybody in your community or your, friends or in your tribe could benefit from what we went over today. So let me know, you guys. If you have any questions, ask them now. And if you got value out of this first, maybe episode number 1 or week number 1, live number 1, then put value in the comments to let me know. And so we can continue this conversation over in the Spa Boss Facebook group, #SpaBoss Money Mindset Marketing. The community over there is pretty amazing, I'm not gonna lie. And it's growing all the time, and the people there, it's just such a welcoming place. And if you're here actually and you're in the group, because I know a lot of people here that have been commenting are, let me know in the comments if you think that group is, is pretty awesome and full of great, awesome, just really great people, non-judgmental. It's a welcoming place. There's, it's not catty, at least not yet, and we're gonna hope that it stays that way, but it just is feels like a really good community. Yeah. Awesome, Carlene. Thank you. Trudy got value. Awesome. Feels like it should be sung. Trudy got value. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. But, all right, you guys. So again, comment, share for a chance to win this. Even on the replay, you have a chance to win this. So I'm going to be tallying everybody up for the, Carol says, thanks for doing this. Love the commitment in 2019. Shared. Oh, thanks, Carol. Awesome. Carlene says group was fantastic. Posted the group link above. Amazing. You are awesome. Missy shared. Thanks, you guys. Oh, man, I just love the support. You were telling me that my crazy 2019 goal might be on the right track. So if you guys want to see if I can actually do this, and even if I'm sick and I'm doing it from my bed, that just may have to be what happens. And again, it's going to be messy, it's going to be crazy, but it's going to be real. And I'm going to give you as much as I can during these presentations. So I look forward to seeing you guys next week. And even before that, in the Spa Boss group, I will be announcing the winner tomorrow before noon as who wins this lip balm, which I will be mailing to the winner. So yeah, thank you so much everybody for showing up. I am wishing you passion, progress, and profitability in 2019 and always. And my last thought for you, and this will always be something that I am going to encourage everybody to do, is to show up. And if you're here right now, or if you're watching the replay, that means you've showed up. And I want you to know that you matter and what you do matters. A lot of people forget that. So just show up and amazing things will happen. All right, see you guys in the group. Okay, thanks everybody. Love you guys. I cannot wait for the next 52 weeks. Seems like a lot, but it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be crazy, but I just feel like we're gonna be sitting here next year, hopefully like having nailed our goals, but are going like, oh my gosh, it went by so quick. What happened? So like, let's just like take a note from what we're saying to ourselves right now and imagine ourselves saying it next year at this time, and just know that, you know, that person 1 year from now, if she could tell you something, he or she could tell you something right now, she's probably gonna be like, get your ass in gear. Just do it. Get going. You know, take the leap. So let's listen to our future selves. Okay, bye everybody.